Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome to another Ranking the Franchise. Now, I did the Annabelle trilogy last week. This week, I wanted to do the Conjuring universe to kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up on what I thought of the films. Just try to keep in mind that this is just my opinion and how I see the films. Coming up last, and the weakest entry in the Conjuring universe, in my opinion, is The Nun. Now, I do like things about this movie. I like the fact that it's a period piece. I like the overall story, but there are a few things that I don't particularly care for. I don't really like the way she defeats the nun at the end. I'm not going to say how because I don't want to spoil it, but I just found it to be a little on the hokey side. But yeah, and pretty cool lenticular slipcover. So, and that's The Nun coming in dead last. Coming up next is The Curse of La Llorona. Now, I do like this film. It seems to get a lot of hate, but I thought it was pretty good. I am not really well versed in the urban legend or the myth behind La Llorona, but I do get enjoyment out of it. So I thought it was acted really well, and I thought the story was pretty cool. So, and that is The Curse of La Llorona. Coming up next is Annabelle. Now, this movie is just plain fun. It's my least favorite of the Annabelle films, as you saw last week with my ranking of the Annabelle trilogy, but I really enjoy this movie. I like the whole aspect of the Manson family in the beginning, how when they're getting broken into and the daughter kills the parents, they kind of go next door and, she gets stabbed and stuff like that. It's interesting. So, yeah, that's Annabelle. Coming up next is Annabelle Comes Home. Now, as I said in my ranking before, I thought this was interesting because you kind of got to see what the daughter, how it was to grow up a child in a household like the Warrens. And to me, it's just fun. Kids do what kids do and they start exploring where they shouldn't. It's just how things are generally. So I thought it was pretty realistic, and you do get more than one haunting. It's not just Annabelle, it's other stuff inside of that room as well. And I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, coming up next is Annabelle Creation. Now, this could have easily flip-flopped with the next movie because I like it so much. One of the reasons why I like it so much is because it's a prequel and it gives more information about how the doll came to be, the story behind it, and the very end of the film where they tie it into the original Annabelle, I thought was brilliant. It was just seamless, in my opinion. And that is Annabelle Creation. Coming up next, and this may surprise some people because it definitely surprised me, is The First Conjuring. Now, I saw this in the movie theaters. I absolutely loved it. And it was my favorite Conjuring movie for a very long time until I rewatched everything. I like the story behind this. I like the style that James Wan used when he directed the film, and it's pretty scary. I like Ed and Lorraine Warren. I like their story, and yeah, very good movie. It's also lenticular. It's pretty cool. But what really surprised me is my number one, which is The Conjuring 2. Now, the first time I watched The Conjuring 2, I didn't like it as much as The Conjuring, the original. But when I watched it this time, I thought it was a more solid, more of a solid film. I thought the acting was brilliant. I like how they started in the Amityville house, and it gave you a lot of information. Now, this is definitely the longest one in the universe so far. I think it's 2 hours and 13 minutes, but it is just a fantastic story, and it's legitimately frightening. It touches on a lot of the scares that I had as a child. So it's frightening, definitely. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the Conjuring universe, at least until we get the next film. And I guess I'll have to go through all this again, and maybe my opinions will change, maybe they won't. But if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.